Good afternoon everybody. Well, I am speaking to you from the dell in the grounds of Penrhyn Castle in Bangor, North Wales. We've come out for a couple of hours, myself and little Moo here. We're having a wander around the grounds. Sadly we can't go in the castle because of a certain hairy someone, and that isn't me. So it's a National Trust place, so obviously yeah, you can come all around the gardens. We've just been around the walled garden, which was very nice, wasn't it, Molly? Apart from a certain somebody who wanted to go in all the little ponds. Couldn't quite understand why she was not allowed in the ponds. So what I'm going to do, after I finish waffling to you all, I'm going to put a little video on so you can just see some of the grounds. We are going to come back and do a little video inside the castle one day, but yeah, sadly today it is just myself and Molly sat in the dell. Now the purpose of the video, I am finally getting round to doing my Q&A. I've got some of the questions wrote down. You might remember a while ago I did say I was going to do it and said drop any questions in the comments. Well, yes, the time has come. Now I did get a lot of questions. Come back here, Mom. So what I've done is I've tried to kind of narrow it down, and I've tried to Molly, excuse me a minute, she's now decided to walk the other side of the camera. Yeah, I've tried to categorise them into little groups, just to make it a little bit easier, and so it sort of flows a little bit better. And I'm going to try and do this whole thing in one take. However, that may not go to plan with a certain someone. I'm keeping my eye on her. She is on a lead, but you know what she's like. The minute I start recording, she's either very vocal or she just gets in the way. Right, okay, let's start off. Now this was asked a lot. Why do you need 2 caravans, a motorhome and a micro camper? Okay, fair point, because for those of you who are relatively new to watching my videos, you probably are quite confused as to why I have different things, shall we say. So, as I explained, I will just briefly explain it again. The micro caravan was bought as a project when I sold my first motorhome, Edna. Well, what would you know, I've had to cut a little bit out already, and we're only on the first question. Yes, so Tilly, my micro caravan, was just bought as a project when I sold my first motorhome, Edna. I needed something to do, something to keep me occupied, and that was how I come to own her. So because I've spent I haven't spent a lot of time on her, but because I've kind of like, I've got a real love for her, because I have just completely rebuilt her inside and sort of put a lot of thought into her, shall we say. I don't ever want to part with her if I can help it. Now obviously my caravan is on the seasonal pitch in North Wales. I did have an older one on the same pitch before I bought this one, and that's always been kind of like my second home, if you like, and my go-to place. Now obviously once the season ends, I then have 4 months where I can't go to the caravan, well I can't stay over, so that's where the motorhome then will come into use. And also in the future, when I no longer need to keep the house on, I will live between the caravan and the motorhome. So that's why I've kind of got, oh, and the Berlingo, right, I nearly forgot that one. This is going well, isn't it? Now I got the Berlingo because I've always kind of had it in my head I'd like to do a little camper van conversion, but I didn't really fancy the idea of getting a van and having to put windows in, this, that and the other. So the Berlingo seemed like the perfect solution. And I'm so glad I've done it, because I am really getting my use out of it. Even if I'm just out for the day or out for a few hours, it's lovely to get back to the Berlingo, to be able to sit on the sofas in the back, make myself a coffee, and just chill without having to think, right, get back in the car, get back to wherever I've come from. I can just prolong my few hours out, if it is just a few hours. And then obviously, yeah, if I want to have a little overnighter, I've got everything in the back, so I can be quite spontaneous with that. So that was the whole purpose of having the micro camper as well, which, yeah, I absolutely love it. Right, which going on from that, which do you prefer, the caravan or the motorhome? Shush, Molly. Right, the caravan, as I say, serves its purpose in that it's like a home from home. It's set up for the 8 months of the year. I can literally just put a few clothes in the car and, yeah, go to the caravan and it's all set up for me. However, because it's in the same place all the time, if I didn't have the motorhome, I'm not going to mention the Berlingo now because that's quite a new thing. I've obviously only just done that rarely. But if I didn't have the motorhome, I was feeling quite limited to where I was going, because most of my adventures were predominantly around the Snowdonia area. And obviously I don't want to be here all the time. To go off like up the lakes or like to Scotland, that's where the motorhome comes in. So for longer adventures, obviously I obviously prefer the motorhome, because I can't use the caravan because I'm not able to tow it. Now, it's a tough one. I think if somebody said, right, you've got to get rid of one of them, it would be the motorhome. I wouldn't get rid of the caravan, because I wouldn't want to lose that pitch where I am, because I absolutely love it there. I love the owners are so nice, everybody on the site is so nice. So if I had to choose, it probably would be the caravan. I prefer the caravan to the motorhome. Right, do you get scared walking in remote places alone? No, absolutely not. I say as I'm looking round there, she just suddenly looked at something. Is that somebody there? Molly, she's watching a bird up in the tree. Oh, it's a squirrel. Oh, she's watching a squirrel in the tree. Perfect timing that. No, I don't get scared when I'm walking alone anywhere. If I did, I mean, there has been a couple of occasions I just look like a right wally here, because people are walking on the path below and they probably think I sat talking to my dog with great intent. There has been a couple of times when I've been out and about and I have felt a little bit uneasy, and what I have done is just remove myself from the situation. And once I'm sort of, you know, where I'm feeling a lot easier, I just think, yeah, I've done the right thing. But I can only count 2 occasions when that's actually happened, and considering the amount of places I go to, I think, yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well. So no, I don't feel scared whatsoever. And I do also have the Life 360 app, so if there was ever an occasion when I got into trouble, it does have an SOS function on it, so the people who are in my contacts on that will automatically get an SOS, which will alert them that I'm in distress or something's happened. So it's good to know I've got that as a backup as well. Oh, this was, yeah. Would you take your motorhome abroad? No. I wouldn't feel confident driving whilst I was abroad. I think there's so many beautiful places anyway in this country. I'm quite happy, yeah, just staying in this country. That's not to say I wouldn't do a holiday abroad, but I definitely would not drive abroad myself. Sorry, there are people just to my right and I'm feeling a bit of a wally right now. Where are we? Oh, how do you fund your lifestyle? Do you work? That is asked a lot. Yes, I do work. I have my business making the memory bears. That is my main source of income. And obviously now YouTube is topping that up as well, so that's sort of enabling me to go to maybe places that I wouldn't really be thinking of going too often, like up to Scotland and places like that, is all coming out of my YouTube money. There we go. Oh right, we're going to the nitty gritty now. How long have you been single? 2 years. Is it? Yes, 2 years I've been single, and that was only quite a brief. I'm not even going to say it was a relationship. It was a bit of a thing, shall we say? It was, yeah, a couple of months since. Oh, sorry, paper's blowing. Are you happy single? Are you happy being single? Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be nice to meet someone, and I would say in the last 2 years, I've not made any attempt to meet anyone. Obviously I've met people who've become friends, but anybody I have met in the last 2 years, I've made it very clear from day one I'm not interested in a relationship, because I just haven't been the last 2 years. I knew I had things to do and things I wanted to do on my own. So yeah, I've not had the time, to be honest, to start a relationship. And like I say, I've made it very clear that it's not been my thing, and people have been okay with that. That, you know, if someone isn't happy with it and someone is pursuing to get a relationship, then I have to end the friendship, because I can't, me personally, I can't be friends with someone knowing they've got other ideas about, you know, where our friendship could go. So yeah, so last 2 years most definitely single. Now this goes on to where am I? Are you happy single? Did I answer that one? How long have you been single? Are you happy single? Yes. I think I've just got a bit confused there. Oh yes, I am happy, but it would be nice. I'm now feeling, if somebody came along, I would. What are you doing? I wouldn't deliberately. I think things are falling out the tree on us. I wouldn't deliberately go out looking. Like, I'm not on any dating sites, and I wouldn't deliberately go out looking for somebody. Now, if somebody came along, it would be nice. I'd love to spend time with someone, and, you know, like sitting here. It'd be lovely to sit here with someone and say, oh, isn't that view gorgeous? And, you know, go for picnics and all of that. But I am very realistic in, I know I'm a nightmare. I'm just awful. I know I'm awful in relationships, and I say that to people, like, at the start of any relationships I've had, I do say I am a bit of a nightmare. And then when they sort of, when I end them, and I say, look, I did tell you. But I mean, I'm still friends with most people I have been in a relationship with, or most people who I've dated over a period of time. It's not like I fall out with people or they fall out with me. You know, we just remain friends, because I'm honest from the start. I am a little bit of a nightmare, and I think it's because I'm very free-spirited, and I'm also very, very independent, and I struggle with, if somebody says, right, let's do this next week at 8 o'clock, I struggle with that, because I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week at 8 o'clock. So I find it hard in that sense, and I accept it's really hard for another person to sort of be as flexible as I am. So I'm very realistic in that if I was to date someone, they would just have to be as balmy as me, and as flexible as me, and easygoing. Whoever I date has got to be easygoing. Which brings me on to the next one. I have skipped a few there. Just started waffling, didn't I? What do you look for in your ideal partner? Right, basically just someone very outdoorsy like me, someone who loves dogs, loves animals, loves all the things that I love doing, has basically, excuse my language, got their shit together, and is just a very confident, happy person. Looks, I don't have a particular look that I go for. I don't have requirements regarding what, you know, some people are like, oh, they must do this, they must do that. No, I just want someone outdoorsy who, yeah, who would quite happily, you know, go for a wander up a mountain and then sit, you know, the rest of the evening just chilling, reading a book. I probably wouldn't want somebody who, no, I'm not probably, this is a dead set, a big drinker. Wouldn't want someone who drunk a lot. Oh, now the list is going to start of what I don't want. So I've just said how easygoing I am about people. But I couldn't be with somebody who drunk a lot, or who their whole life revolved around drinking. Couldn't be with a smoker. They would have to be able to drive. I think that's it, really. Just somebody who loves the outdoors. Now this goes on to my next one. Would you give up YouTube if they said if your fella didn't like it? Right, so that person would not be my fella if they expected me to give up YouTube, or they wanted me to give up YouTube or any other social media, because I think if the person is your perfect person, they wouldn't want you to stop doing anything. If I meet somebody and they have hobbies or they do things, I would not, stop it Molly, I would not try to stop them doing them, because that's who they are. You have to accept people do things. If you don't like what they do, then don't get in a relationship with them. It's that simple. That goes on to another one. Do you think your partner would be happy with you doing YouTube and seeing comments from your audience? Right, I'm gonna guess this is about men commenting on my Instagram or on YouTube. That goes back to, yeah, if anybody had a problem with it, then that's their insecurities. That's not, you know, there isn't anything I can do about people commenting. I'm certainly not going to change who I am as a person, and if somebody had a problem with it, then yeah, they wouldn't be my person, would they? They should be secure enough in themselves to not feel insecure by somebody else saying you look really nice, or words to that effect. If I was with a partner and it was flipped, I'd feel quite proud that they were my partner and other people were finding them attractive. So yeah, no, whatever. Back to that. I forgot what the question was now. I've got a list there. Oh, are your kids okay with you doing YouTube? Yeah. I run it by them all before I started YouTube. Obviously I've done my Instagram for years, I've always been happy with that. I know YouTube is taking kind of the next step, and yeah, they're all happy with it. Well, obviously you see two of them, see Evie Rose and Ellis on my videos, so if they weren't happy with it, they wouldn't come along, basically, would they? Evie Rose makes me laugh because she tells people I'm actually a bit of an icon. So she does say, like, she is proud of it. She said, I love it. She said, you're just living your life. I love the fact you're living your life and doing what you want to do. So that's really nice that, yeah, they do support me. And my youngest daughter, she does support me as well. She's just a little bit more behind the scenes for certain reasons, but yeah, she's happy as well with it. Oh, it's getting a bit chilly. Is it easy to do YouTube? yeah, do you know what, I am going to do a video. How long have I gone on here? Just don't want to go on too long. Is it easy to do YouTube? Yes. So what I'm going to do is actually near the end of September I will have been monetized for a year, so I am going to actually do a standalone video regarding YouTube, so I'll probably cover that more in depth there. But yeah, it's really easy to do it. You just pick the camera up, you film yourself and you upload the film. The hardest bit is, sorry, there's a big family walking past now, is probably the editing side of it, and I know I'm still a little bit shocking at the editing, but you do hear of some YouTubers and they're spending like days editing a video, and I'm sorry if it shows in my videos, but I ain't got the time for that. I'd rather be out doing something than sat looking at a screen editing a video. So that's why mine are, they're very rough, they're very basic, but hopefully you know, you all enjoy them as they are. Do you enjoy filming for YouTube? Yes, I do. Oh, how much do you earn on YouTube? That does come up a lot, which is also what I'm going to cover in the YouTube video that I put out. Where would you like to be when you retire? Oh no, where would you like to, oh, there's two questions, sorry. Where would you like to be, and another one was where will you be living when you retire? I think that's because I say about living between the caravan and the motorhome. So where would I like to be? Well, in this country, obviously. I think my ideal thing would be, when I get to say about 60, 65, I would love it if I had a little plot of land somewhere and had my caravan on it and some sort of outbuildings and things like that. I would love a little rescue centre for kind of all the unwanted animals, you know, all the ones that in rescue centres where they've not been rehomed for years, and it's like no one wants them anymore, or the old ones. You'll be getting rehomed if you don't be quiet. You won't make it to my rescue centre. Yeah, just where all the neglected animals, and where they could just all come and live with us, couldn't they, Marl, if you're still here? And yeah, just live a nice easy lifestyle, grow all my own veggies, live off the land, so to speak, and yeah, just in a field, so quite happy in a field somewhere. It would be nice if there was a partner there. If there's not, I'll have all my animals to keep me company, won't I? So that's kind of my little dream for the future. I've always said to people I'd love to have a little animal rescue place, because as you've all probably guessed, I just absolutely adore my animals. So that is what I'm actually aiming for in the future. My aim up to this point was always to have a motorhome by the time I was 55, so I kind of done that a little bit earlier. So my next goal is to be able to, yeah, maybe buy a little plot of land somewhere and yeah, live on that. And I think what it is, I think I wrote this down wrong. It's basically, when will I retire? I'm not sure that I will officially retire. I love what I do. I love my job. I love my work. I love the people I meet through my work. So as long as I'm able to sit at a machine and sow bears, I'll continue to do so. Sorry, I'm just going to let this little truck go past with the gardeners on it. Bear with. Oh, that kept you quiet, didn't it? Oh gosh, she's now coming up. I hope I'm not going to get told off for sitting on the down. Do I look so uncomfortable now? Oh, it feels so awkward. That's see, that's the side of YouTube when you're filming and you feel a little bit awkward filming. He was literally just watching as he came up, so yeah, that's the aspect I don't like of YouTube. I've lost my train of thought. Oh, about retiring. Yeah, I can't say I will ever properly officially retire. As long as I can sew, I will keep working. I probably would not take on as many commissions, but I think I'll probably always work. So anyway, I'm probably going to get back. I'm going to probably go through this and go, that was an absolute train wreck of a video. You just waffled on, you look so uncomfortable. But I did say she's just going giddy in the long grass now. I'm going to try and do it in one shot. Sorry though, I know there's little bits that I've had to clip for obvious reasons. But anyway, if you've got any more questions, I don't know if I even want to do another one of these. If you've got any questions that I've not answered and you'd like answering, if you just drop a message in the comments below. If I do another one of these, I will hopefully get round to answering yours. And I apologise for all the questions I've not answered. There were quite a lot, but I think they were kind of the most popular ones, or the ones that do keep kind of cropping up after I've, you know, put videos out and things. So anyway, right, on that note, I'm gonna end this video. Thank you so much for watching. What I'm also going to do is put, as I say, little bits of, you know, a little video together now of, yeah, the grounds around Penrhyn Castle itself. So yeah, thanks a lot guys, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.